This is a warning video. It's a warning to people who are coming to China. Not all places in China are the same. Not all governments here are as good and professional as the Shenzhen or Beijing governments. When they said that the isolation time dropped from 7 days to 5 days, I believed them. I booked a flight back to a city called Guangzhou, which is a city in Guangdong province, close to Shenzhen. I don't go there because I've never liked the city design. I've never liked the city plan. Always thought they had a bad government, but I never knew how corrupt they were until now. I flew into Guangzhou BAIYUN Airport and immediately became a prisoner. This isn't about isolation. This is about taking you from the airport. Oh, let's start at the airport first. And then I'll talk about this shithole. At the airport, it took me 6 hours. They're so unorganized at the Guangzhou BAIYUN Airport that it took me 6 hours to get from the arrival gates through customs, which was very quick. Customs is very professional. But as I'm heading down towards an area that I had no idea what they were going to do, because everything in the Chinese advertising and the government releases says that there are local hotels that host you and that you can figure out where you're going to stay in a small, inexpensive room for those 7 days, or if you're going to get a grand suite for those 7 days. And I'll tell you what, I sure as hell wouldn't order a small room if I'm isolated and can't go out of that room. I'd want as big a room as possible. So my plan was to buy the biggest suite they had, you know, and to stick it out. And I was very happy that Beijing said, nah, it's only 5 days now, and then you have 3 days and go home and isolate at home. But I made the fucking mistake of going to Guangzhou, the worst city in Guangdong, the worst city in China's southern region. Once I hit that bus, after all those hours of waiting and waiting and waiting for no reason whatsoever, I found out why they didn't have enough buses. Because I'm not in Guangzhou anymore. I'm 100 kilometers away in an industrial district, in the ugliest building you've ever seen, that's been chopped up into 20 square meter isolation pods. And I call them that because the only other way to describe them is this place is a prison cell that I'm in. I didn't have a choice on what size. They're all the same size, 20 square meters. And then they tell me, no, in Guangzhou, the policy is that we only give rides to people in Guangzhou to their home to do the second 3 days, the second isolation, which is 3 days. It's 5 plus 3. You got to do them here. So they took me from the airport, 100 miles away from the airport, 100 kilometers away from the airport, and basically stuck me in a prison. And then not only stuck me in this prison, but it's not 5 days, it's 8 days. And I gotta tell you, I am fucking going insane. Look at this. This place is so polluted and toxic. It's called Foshan, and no one lives here. This is all factories. But in my mind, some corrupt government official came and bought this complex and converted it and is making a ton of money. Because I'm paying them every night that I stay in this place. This is it. There's the front door. 6 steps to the back door. At least I got a balcony. Oh shit, if I didn't have that balcony, I would really be insane. Oh, check out the bathroom. You can take a shit and a shower at the same time. Isn't that amazing? So, if you're gonna come back to China, don't fly to Guangzhou. Please heed my advice. Guangzhou, the corrupt government will take you from the airport 100 kilometers away to the middle of nowhere to an industrial shithouse and lock you in a 200 square foot or 20 square meter cage for the full 8 days. Yeah. I love China. I've lived here for 13 years. I love everything about it, but I haven't seen this kind of corruption or bad planning since I first came here day one. It's so sad to see. I sure hope Beijing sees this video and puts this guy in jail, because he put me in jail for 8 days. Now I'd love to see this corrupt government official be put in jail. Paying for my own prison cell. Welcome to China.